I would like to first acknowledge, as everyone else has done, the work of the outgoing administration, led by Richard and Francine. And as you heard, Francine is a dear friend of mine who I succeeded as president at Amit, and of also all of the outgoing officers and Herb and Alicia, who hopefully are not leaving us and are staying on to help the new administration along. Particularly thank you to Richard and all of the administration for breathing new life into AZM. We have noticed the raising of the bar and the change in the profile of AZM from all that work that was done. I'd also like to acknowledge the nominating committee led by Dr. Francine Stein, for taking something of a leap of faith in me and nominating me for this position. It's definitely no easy task for the nominating committee to have put together a slate that was able to really represent all of the diverse viewpoints in this umbrella organization. But I believe that the nominating committee did its best in choosing a slate that showed both a mix of skill sets that would be useful for the organization, as well as good representation of all the various viewpoints in the organization. So you heard a little bit about me from Francine, but let me tell you just a little bit more and about what I bring to the table. Aside from my background as a lawyer, I came from an ardently Zionist family, as many of you do. And that being said, however, my first trip to Israel, I was at elementary school age, and my uncle picked me up from the airport, from what we now call Terminal 1, but at that time was the only airport. And we drove out on a palm-lined street that is next to what I now know as Kibbutz Beirut Yitzchak. And he asked me, so what do you think of Israel? My answer, looks like Miami. So my views of Israel have changed quite a bit since that time. I've spent many years attending Jewish day schools, Jewish summer camps. I was a member of Bnei Akiva for much of my young youth. I've had many visits to Israel. And as you just heard, I spent many years devoting a significant amount of time to Amit. For those of you not really familiar with Amit, in a nutshell, Amit runs schools and educational programs throughout Israel, making sure that all children, regardless of their socioeconomic background, receive the best and most cutting-edge education. During that time, I became familiar with communities in Israel that I would not have been familiar with simply by being a tourist in the country. And I got a very different understanding of the country. During that time, I found that by working together with others, I was able to significantly impact the organization by reorganizing bylaws, organizational structures, reinvigorating leadership, and thinking outside the box, which led us, by the way, to creating a very new concept of education in Israel, which is now having a significant impact on the state as a whole. I believe my strength is in seeing talent in others and empowering and enabling that team of leaders to use their skills to achieve results. I'm grateful that I'm blessed with what I believe is a strong cadre of officers elected with me, who I'm certain will be a tremendous asset to AZM. I will add that for the two individuals who were nominated and were not elected to the positions that they sought, I hope that you will still join us, and I really do applaud your bravery in standing up for such positions under the circumstances that you did. I fully recognize that transformative change at an umbrella organization has additional challenges. As an umbrella organization, it is the job of the AZM to help our member organizations to be more effective and to nurture startup organizations that bring a fresh perspective on how to achieve our shared goals. It's actually interesting to me that Zionism has suddenly become a hot topic. I'm seeing all over the place that while the organized Jewish world had previously shied away from Zionism per se, I see a resurgence of interest in panels on the topic, young people identifying as Zionists, and even literature focusing on Zionism that has become more mainstream than one would normally have thought. It's a little bit curious to me, and I haven't quite understood it yet, but It means to me that this is our moment. This is the moment for the AZM to shine. Do I have an exact roadmap of for what we do next? No, I do not. But I intend to get to know each and every one of the organizations better by listening to its leaders and then making sure that each of us understands the others, each member and each affiliate organization well. We need to spend more time getting to know each other personally, not just organizationally. This needs to be a safe place for our discourse. Our focus needs to be on the merits of what we need to accomplish, not on left or right, whether it be political or religious. There's definitely far more that unites us than divides us. There are plenty of forces out there that are looking to work against us. We need to be working together. Overall, I have three goals. First is to reinvigorate AZM's relationship with the WZO. AZM is the designated representative of the Zionist leadership of the single largest population of Jews in the diaspora. And I intend to represent that Zionist community of the United States vigorously in the national institutions. Second, we must understand, support, and mentor young Zionists. We must do this not just in the traditional youth movements, but also in the new forms that often more accurately reflect the viewpoint and perspective of today's youth. It is particularly important that we do this with regard to students on university campuses nationwide. Third, I will do everything in my power to reestablish an atmosphere of collegial partnership among the members and affiliates of this organization. We all undoubtedly agree that Israel is the one and only homeland of the Jewish people. Zionism is about that peoplehood. There is only one place in the entire world that will protect us, no matter where we are, regardless of our status as citizen or non-citizen. We must celebrate and elevate Israel with every fiber of our being. If we want every Jewish person, especially the young Jewish people, to feel in their hearts that Israel is their home, we must focus on the positive. We are the cheerleaders. Our focus should be on the unique and amazing Israeli culture, humanitarian achievements, and economic growth and opportunity that Israel represents. Maybe we sponsor Falafel Wednesdays in colleges around the country. Maybe we promote Startup Nation job fairs at every university. Maybe we own Yom HaAtzmaut with the most amazing not to be missed celebration. For sure, we take a deep dive into social media, and for sure, we do all of this together. I invite every one of you to be part of the team that celebrates and elevates Israel, our homeland. I'm honored to have been chosen to lead the team. I look forward to getting to know as many of you as possible and working together with you to achieve our shared goals. Thank you all for taking the time from your day to participate in this biennial, and I thank you in advance for all you do for the cause of Zionism. And I want to say to Richard, I will take the gavel. Thank you all for being here.